Assalamu alaikum and hello everyone. This is Sarif Sajid and we are doing the art direction course. Until now we have seen the elements like shapes, mise-en-scene, color scheme, color psychology, connotation, film semi-arts. All of these elements of art direction are very important which help us to understand this course. And these information we are going to be taking forward into the films and we are going to be applying all those techniques, and let's see what does the message those films create. Because remember one thing, learning these elements help us to understand the film as well. So we are going to be doing an analysis of the film and let's watch that how these elements are being utilized in these films. Film which I have selected for you to understand is the Black Panther. Well, Black Panther have won the Oscar as well for this production design and the costume. So what is the reason that this Marvel film actually won the best production design, the costume? Why not other films? Why not the Green Book? There were many competition for this film, but specifically Black Panther won that nomination award. So we are going to be doing the analysis that okay, if this film won the Oscar, which means that this film should be containing some secrets inside it. We are going to be deciphering those secrets, so stay tuned. In the next unit we are going to be analyzing the Black Panther film. Welcome back. As we have discussed that we are going to be analyzing the film Black Panther, which has won the Oscar. So what is the reason that it won the Oscar? First thing, we have to understand that film took place in some unknown city of Wakanda, like Gotham City, which don't exist really, in Africa. So this is one of the most important thing. African society has been transformed, unknown city, in the form of Wakanda. There is a word being affiliated with it, that is the Afrofuturistic theory. So what does that Afrofuturistic future theory tells us? Because the whole film has been made on this Afrofuturistic concept. Well, first see the scenario, these pictures, that what is the representation of these things. You can see the costume, you can see the mise-en-scene, you can see the set, you can see the facial expression, the characters, how they are being dressed, how they are being held up. All these things are part of futuristic, Afrofuturistic concept. So let's just break this one word into two forms. I'm going to be taking you towards the futuristic style. Futurism is actually not a new theory, it's been derived in early 19th century, and since then it is giving us interesting concepts regarding futurism. The basic thing is that it focuses on the future, that if we are living in suppose 1920s, what would be the future could have been for the humanity. If we are looking in 1920s, we get the film Metropolis, which was giving us the idea of a futuristic concept. So we have to predict future in which scenario we are actually living right now with the help of modern technology, and you have to think a lot regarding it that okay, human civilization, if we want to predict the future from now onwards, from 2020, let's suppose say 100 years from now, maybe colonization can happen. And Elysium, the film which was of Matt Damon telling us the same story, was on the concept of futurism. Let's take example. In photography, you can see that fashion photography, people are dressed up in a form of robotic, there is a mechanism, there is a representation that okay, humanity can also take a form of robot surrogates and our life could have been extended. So this is the idea which gives us that futurism is the humanity with technology, and there are numerous films. Whatever the sci-fi film you see is on the concept of futuristic theory. If it's Star Wars, if it's Alita, if it's Tron Legacy, Elysium, Terminator, whatever sci-fi film comes in your mind, it is depending upon futuristic concept. Again, since 1970s, Star Wars giving us the idea of hologram. We have achieved that in current times. So whatever you see in a sci-fi film is actually giving us the concept of futurism. So like I have deciphered for you futurism concept, then what is the link with Afro, because the whole word is Afrofuturistic concept. So Afrofuturism is the combination of the African culture with the concept of futurism. So this is actually humongous, because futurism we see is with the superiority concept. And if we go towards the culture of Africa, we consider that most people, which they shouldn't do, is that there are backward people living in villages and all these ideas were being given, which is again wrong when you are actually criticizing someone. But Afrofuturism is taking the African culture and mixing it with the futuristic concept. So the costume designer of the film Black Panther was Ruth Carter. She traveled few of the places of African and derived their culture from that place. She sees what they used to wear, how they used to talk, what is the culture. You can see the elongated neck, which we are going to be looking at the discussion panel as well, that how these things gives meaning and what is actually the reason. But let's just see one culture, which is the African, has been taken and mixed with the futuristic concept. So this is the Zulu woman wearing a cap. That idea has been adapted, and on the middle you can see that this is the filming character. So on the left hand side, the culture of the African has been adapted and mixed with the futuristic concept. On the other hand, you can see the Basotho. It is actually the blanket which they used to wear. This idea has been adapted in its connotation as well, which means that it is the protection, it is the shield for the people who are wearing it. That idea has been adapted and placed in the film. You can see in the Black Panther as well, and in the Avengers second last part, when these people used to protect themselves, they just open their blanket and it transformed into the form of shield. So this idea, the connotation has been adapted and transformed into the form of shape. So these are the women, Maasai women. These concept has been taken and they are very much known as the brave and courageous women. Their idea, their costume, their ideology has been adapted and been transformed into Black Panther women as well, that they are very furious women. They can protect their Wakanda by all means. These are the few reasons which we have discussed in the discussion panel. We are going to be elaborating it, that why Ruth Carter has won the Oscar for the costume. She has worked a lot, traveled to places, gathered information, transformed that into futuristic concept, and then gave us the idea Afrofuturism. That is why Ruth Carter won the Oscar, because she has developed this idea of Afrofuturism, and she has taken the African culture, mixed it with the futuristic concept, and then the whole of the production was being formulated by this idea. So I hope this is making some sense to you. For the next time, Allah Hafiz, we are going to be having this discussion in the panel session as well.